Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday, the 7th of February 2020. Thank you for joining me. I'm using the Tarot of the Water for this daily reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. This is a collaboration of 78 different artists, and each card is drawn by a different artist. So this is a deck that I haven't seen all 78 cards yet, so it's still full of wonder and surprise. I haven't cheated and just looked through them myself. Let's see what they want you to be aware of today. We've got the Six of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Let's see what that means. The Six of Cups, we've got this young boy in a little paper boat, and this little cute mermaid is offering him a little miniature version of his boat, and they become friends, and it's a lovely, innocent, sweet relationship between you and another person. It can be a lovely, sweet soulmate, mother-child relationship. Someone you grew up with, someone you played at kindergarten with when you were 5, and you've known them since then, and you were friends on the playground, and now 30 years later, you still know each other. That's what the Six of Cups is about. It's not the sexual romantic love. It's that type of love that is, it can be sexual, but it's also platonic. It's about innocence and just wanting to see the joy in someone else's face when you give them a present. It's genuine affection for another person and a genuine warmth and love for someone else. So missing someone if they're not there, or if it's an activity you love, if the love of your life is the country you live in, and you live in Switzerland, and Switzerland is your passion, and you travel the country, then that is your true heart's belief, your desire. The Six of Cups highlights that part of you. So it gives you access to hopes and dreams that you have had since you were very little, and that keep coming into your mind repetitively. That's known as higher guidance that you can trust. The guidance, the messages that you get over and over and over again over the decades, that's the universe telling you to do something, because it's going to have a loving effect on you. Whether you love yourself at the end of it, or whether you become more loving, or whether someone comes into your life and loves you. By having that available to you today, you can revisit a love that's pure and good, that hasn't maxed out its potential yet, and you can revisit that and really just enjoy the feeling of being in that state, and you can recreate it today or create something like this that is new. The Page of Pentacles, interesting. Usually the Page of Pentacles is a young guy who doesn't really know what to do with a pentacle, because he's just like, oh, what's this? And here it's like, giving a really butch straight boy a Barbie to play with. He'll be like, what's this? Where's my fire truck? Here we've got the Page of Pentacles, this falcon or eagle, unfortunately going for this shining, glittering thing he saw in the water. But what he doesn't realize is that when he goes under the water, his feathers get all wet and stuff, and he's not really meant for the water. He's an air animal. So he learns by making this mistake, and next time when it glitters and stuff, he'll check that there's something nearby he can land on, or something like that. He isn't just gonna rush in. This reminds me of the Page of Swords, who always rushes into a situation and doesn't think before he speaks. This is like, ooh, it's pretty, I want to have. So it's like immediately saying, I want to get that for myself. And it looks sparkly and shiny, and it looks like it's going to make my life much more fun and enjoyable. Rush into something like that today, and you're going to feel uncomfortable. And the Six of Cups now takes on a different meaning, because by rushing into something that glitters and shines, you think it promises, you think it will deliver this, a true soulmate relationship, but it only promises to deliver that. It only, for instance, you meet a person today and they seem to be your twin flame. It's like they are the male version of you or the female version of you, and you think, oh, this is amazing. And because you feel such immediate strong connection, you rush into it and you're like, oh, actually he turned out to be a crook who has spent 7 years in prison for defrauding people. So I've rushed into this situation now. We're living together after knowing each other for one day, and now I'm finding out all about him, and suddenly I don't feel so safe anymore. Maybe I should get out of that situation. And then you use the energy of the Page of Pentecost to get out of it, That's where the Page of Pentecost is good, because he's more watery than any other of the Pentacle court cards. The Knight of Pentacles is focusing on money and the earth and business. The King of Pentacles has mastered all of that. The Page of Pentacles has no idea, but the good thing is he still relies on his feelings. So by relying on your feelings, this is all water, cups, you're able to get yourself out of the water, shrug off the net and fly off, and go back to your nest and say, okay, next time I'm going to get my prey elsewhere. Finally, we've got the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is also a temporary love. It's a meeting of two absolutely, I mean, these are twins, aren't they? So it's feeling that sense of a soulmate. It's feeling like someone is a complete reflection of what you want in someone's values and beliefs and background and looks. That person you meet today, they just match all of those criteria magically, and you're like, oh, this is what I've been looking for my whole life. If you rush into that today, it's likely to be an illusion, and you're likely to get yourself in a situation which you have to then untangle yourself from. So today, love is a little bit tricky. Love is going to appear to be there when in reality it's just trouble in the form of another person or something you get involved with or something that you open up today or launch or just start anything today that is brand new and seems like such a great idea, and the idea comes into your head today and you meet the person for the first time, or it occurs to you for the first time ever today, a completely new idea. It promises love and a soulmate relationship and being with your complete equal, but it delivers a big mess and being caught in a net and a trap which you didn't see coming. You just saw the lovely shiny thing. You didn't count on the whole pond. Be careful today. People are not as they seem. And that is because, well, it's not because other people have changed, but because your perception of other people has changed in the sense of, I'm looking for what could be. And I'm looking for myself today. They say opposites attract. Sometimes people are very similar. There's no rhyme or reason or formula to relationships, I think, because it's a miracle when two people meet and that love is created between them. They have no control over that. Whether you fall in love or not is something cosmic. It either happens or it doesn't. You can't force yourself to love someone. And today presents the illusion of this love. And if you pursue it, you're going to discover that it's been a mistake. So what I would encourage you to do is to, rather than be so personal about the day and think, oh, what's going to make me feel loved and fulfilled and happy? Instead of that, think of, okay, how can I use my amazing energy that I've got today to really make changes and improvements to my work, to my diet, my physical health, my daily routine, how I live, where I live. I'm going to use all of that endless energy. I mean, this eagle, to get that deep in there, it took, he dove down into the water and through the surface and really down to where the algae are growing. So there's loads of power inherent in you. So use that power to make positive changes in those areas I just mentioned, because it's spirit, your spirit, over matter. So you're able to make positive, effective changes to your practical physical life when it comes to new loves or things that seem too good to be true. They are going to be too good to be true. If something, a teacher appears and he says, I can teach you everything about yourself and the world and the universe, and I guarantee you that you're going to be very happy and you'll never have a dark day again in your entire life. You know that that's not possible. Someone's promising you the impossible. Sometimes we want to believe that and we're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll go with it because I want to believe it. Even though deep down in your heart, you know that nothing on earth is going to give you the key to eternal happiness and youth and love and bliss, and to have it as a constant that never changes. The only thing we can rely on planet Earth is change. If you don't change, you kind of die. So today, it seems like, oh, I can make this amazing personal change in my life to bring more love into it. No, that's going to be a mess. So the cards are a warning. Instead, look at how you can alter your existing life as it is right now, today, to make it more luxurious and comfortable and pleasant for yourself. Don't rely or expect other people to do it for you, or don't expect love and joy only to come into your life through another person. It can come in many other ways. Personal satisfaction, loving something miraculous that you see. It's endless. Numerology, we've got 6, and a court card is 1, that's 7, and 2, that's 9. 9 in numerology is spirituality and completion. So look at all the water we've got. That seems watery as well. So rely on your feelings, on your connection with your inner child and your truth, your authenticity. And if it seems too good to be true, listen to that message and don't trust it. If you have something that seems imperfect and suddenly an opportunity appears today for you to be able to deal with that, suddenly in your schedule you have half an hour where before you didn't have half an hour, it just pops up. Use that half an hour to make sense of that email and to send back your response today rather than putting it off for another week, which in turn means that your line manager gets the email on a Friday, and instead of being transferred to Hong Kong in a month, you're transferred on the Tuesday, just because you put the energy in and you acted quickly. So trust yourself. Remember, you're complete in yourself. Apparently the line "you complete me" came from Jerry Maguire. I didn't know that it came from Jerry Maguire, but apparently it came from there, "you complete me." And nothing completes us because we're complete in ourselves already. And it's important for you to remember that, because if you don't and you pick up the faulty belief that, oh, I need someone in my life to be happy, look at all the yellow, then you're immediately creating space and room for an error, and that person will then appear, and then you're trapped, and then you're caught in the net, and then you have to unravel yourself and get back to the surface. So make it easy for yourself, and yeah, I would say focus on your patch of land and make it the best patch of land it can be. And your teacher is you. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. You can order your reading there. I use astrology, tarot, and numerology as well as my intuition in my readings. For the astrology chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a chart rectification on gregoryscott.com. I can work out your time of birth by getting 10 life events or more and looking at your charts and seeing when you were born. Makes it far more accurate. If you have the time of birth, great. I can draw up a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born, and I can answer any questions you have. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.